Our Markstrat firm, Soiree, includes Herman Kilgore, Stacey Murray, Brittany Richardson, Lorraine Sia, and Wendy Wegner. The cell phone product line for Soiree includes the brand Soft, which is a low-end electronic device targeted towards the savers segment; Solo, a middle-end device targeted towards the shopper segment; Sonic, a high-end device targeted towards the professional segment; and Source, another high-end device targeted towards the high earners segment. In total, the brand Sonic led the company in sales with $47 million, followed by Solo with $10 million, Source with $7 million, and Soft with $3 million total sales. The brands Soft and Solo were our inherited brands in our brand portfolio. These brands targeted the savers and the shopper segments. The brands Soft and Solo, although they did target these segments, they were not specifically designed for the savers and the shopper segment. The brand awareness for Soft began at 71% and declined to 68%. Purchase intentions decreased from 24% to 3%. Market share went from 23% to 2%. And the contribution after marketing decreased from $4.5 million at the beginning to a negative $1 million at the end of period 6. The brand awareness for Solo began at 76%, ending at 67%. Purchase intentions decreased from 32% to 1%, as well as market share decreasing from 32% to 1%. Contribution after marketing for Solo decreased from $9.1 million to $1.5 million in the 6th period. The brands Sonic and Source were part of our high-end products. Sonic was launched in the 2nd period with a brand awareness of 20%, increasing to 62%. Purchase intentions for Sonic increased from 13% to 34%. Market share also increased from 11% to 31%, and the contribution after marketing increased from $3.7 million to $16.6 million in the 6th period. Source, which was launched in the 4th period, targeted our high earners segment. The brand awareness began at 38% and ended at 61%. The purchase intentions increased from 4% to 8%, while market share also increased from 2% to 3%, and the contribution after marketing began at $8,000, increasing to $456,000 at the end of the 6th period. Overall, our firm did place last in the Markstrat simulation. However, we did experience a few periods of growth in period 1 and period 5. This growth was due to advertising being increased and an adequate sales team. In decision period 1, we made the decision to finance the research and development project for Sonic by taking out a loan in the amount of $2.4 million. This loan allowed us to create a product that was spot on with the ideal values of the targeted segment. In this period, we also increased our sales team and advertising across all brands in an effort to increase revenues. Decision period 2 led to the launch of our new product, Sonic. Within the creation of this product, we emphasized the use of semantic skills to align the characteristics of our product to the ideal values of the professional segment. In conjunction with the launch of Sonic, we reduced advertising for Soft and Solo and reduced the sales team for Soft. These changes were made to compensate for the funds needed in order to create the sales team for the Sonic brand. In period 3, we began to evaluate the production due to inventory holding costs in the previous period, which had a negative influence on our budget. We began with a negative budget in this period, causing us to make the decision to reduce advertising for our brands Soft and Solo. Adjustments with advertising also includes 100% targeting to the Saver segment for Soft and concentration on the Shoppers and Explorers segments for the brand Solo to go after the segments that were actually buying our product. Also, in an attempt to free up more funds, we decreased the sales team for Solo. At the end of period 3, there was excessive inventory for the brand Soft. In an attempt to correct the sales deficit for Soft, we raised the price to be in line with the consumer's ideal price with the intent to improve the perceived brand value of Soft. Advertising for Sonic was modified to solely target the professional segment to increase the brand's contribution and awareness. Based on the research and development project for Sonic, we developed and launched Source since it possessed characteristics that were similar to the ideal values of high earners in the categories of processing power and design. Source was created to expand our company's portfolio to gain a larger market share in the sonite industry. Lastly, we increased our advertising research to 20% of advertising media for each brand to make our advertising more effective overall. In period 5, we focused on advertising to influence the success of our new brand Source. Semantic scales were used to change the consumer's perception of the product's processing power and design, since these were the two of the most important ideal values for high earners. Advertising in this period was targeted 90% to high earners and 10% to professionals, based on purchase intentions from the previous period. Our commercial teams were also adjusted to improve the distribution of our products through the different channels. We also created Excel spreadsheets to help project production needs according to the future segment sales growth and purchase intentions. Advertising was a main objective in period 6. Advertising was increased for brands Soft, Sonic, and Source. More advertising was allocated to Soft in order to deplete the existing inventory. Sonic's advertising was increased to maintain our advantage over our competitors. Advertising and sales personnel for Source were augmented to capture a larger percentage of the high earner segment. We also reduced the price of Source to better align ourselves with the consumer's ideals. Our lessons learned from the Markstrat simulation were that we had to learn the importance of maximizing advertising research to improve the effectiveness of our advertising media. During each period, we utilized multidimensional and semantic scales to try to change the customer's perceptions for our products. This technique had little impact on increasing market share. This may be due to the fact that advertising results are also dependent on how much your competitors spend. If we were to repeat the process in the Markstrat simulation, we would maximize our loan by increasing advertising, salespeople, and research and development projects. Our brands Soft and Solo that were in our initial portfolio will also be modified to fit the customer's ideal values, since these were in the 2 highest growing segments. And most of all, R&D is key. Give the consumer what they want.